Welcome, friends. Welcome to Homekeepers. I hope you're having a really good day. It's a good day here in Florida, except it's rained so hard today that outside the studio looks like a lake. And it's not. But we have been needing it, so we thank God for that. And thank God you're here. Is this the first time you've seen the program? I sure hope it's not the last. And I always like to just give a special back home welcome to the wonderful people who have been there for many, many years. You believe in homekeeping, and so do we. It's a passion with me, and I'm so glad to be able to bring people to you, guests and the like, and books and so forth that will strengthen that home. And so glad you're with us today. And I am so thrilled to have a return guest today, Deanna Shrodes. She is, how do I list everything? She's a mentor, she's a coach, she's a pastor's wife, she's an author, and that's what we're going to talk about. A new ebook called Juggle, and that refers to time. How do you juggle your time? How do you manage your time? The girl is a pro. It's one of the finest books I've ever read in my life, and I told her I believe it should be required reading for teens, and it'll help the men folks, it'll help the women folks, and so she's going to give us just an overview of what's in it. I'm so glad she's here. And I'm going to join Sister Stephanie over there. We're going to make some raspberry walnut bars. Oh my word, I have had a taste. If you order this recipe, just promise you'll take just a little piece of it because they're pretty rich, but boy, are they special. Before I join her, though, I want to again offer you this book, Save a Marriage, Save a Nation. This is by Dr. D. James Kennedy. He is in heaven today, but I'm sure that many of you remember him. I can't tell you how much I admired and appreciated him when he was here and on television. He states marriage is a good thing. It's good for men, women, and children, and even cultures. And he writes here, he speaks candidly about what it takes to make your own marriage work, offering insight and biblical teaching to help you and your spouse to be everything that you should be. Discover what you can do to save your marriage, and in the process, save our culture. This book, although he wrote it, of course, before he passed away, but with the onset of same-sex marriage and such debauchery, this book is more important than it's ever been. And it's yours for the asking. I'm going to put the address up on the screen. If you want this, write to us and ask for the book, Save a Marriage. And please, friend, when you do, it would be so helpful if you would enclose an offering for the program. I want you to have this book. I've, of course, mentioned to you many times how much I appreciate Dr. Kennedy, but I want you to have it. Maybe you're a widow or whatever, but you've got children, you've got grandchildren. If there's any great need in this nation, it is to strengthen the homes. And so if when you do write for it and ask for it, if you could send us an offering, boy, it would be so appreciated, but we want you to have it. And I've joined Sister Stephanie over here. Mm-hmm. The thing about this is it's got a lot of butter. That's why it tastes so good.
It does have a lot of butter. Mm-hmm. I have a cup of butter softened, and I'm going to cream in a cup of sugar. This is like, how many, look at the ingredients. I mean, there's like nothing to it, and it is so good. Okay, can I tell them what I know about you and raspberries? Well, sure.
Why not? Well, there's no secrets here.
There are no secrets.
They made you sick when you were pregnant, right?
Very much so.
I bet that brought such memories to many of our ladies out there.
Yes, I was working in the dental office. I was so pregnant, and one of the women were trying to be so nice. They made decaf raspberry coffee, and it wafted through the office, and oh my goodness, it was so bad. And ever since then, just the scent of raspberries, like.
But surprisingly, you did like this.
This is really good. And then now we'll put in the eggs if you want to do that.
Well, can I tell my P.F. Chang story?
Well, sure.
Things can make you sick when you're pregnant and also when you're having chemotherapy. And my daughter was having chemotherapy, and a lot of you prayed for her. She's doing great. It's been 6 years now, so I'm very thankful. But anyway, she was having chemo, and I wasn't too far from P.F. Chang's, and I went in there. And I was going to get her some for lunch, and so I said to the girl, I said, I need a takeout order, and my daughter is down the block. She's having chemo, and she likes those vegetarian egg roll things, whatever they are, wraps them. And the manager heard me, and he stepped up. He said, "Those are on me, lady."
How nice is
So
that?
thank you, P.F. Chang. In fact,
Lady.
I'm having lunch there with some friends next week.
Nice.
So, but boy, I've always really appreciated
But
this.
the point behind the story was she was sick.
Oh yeah, let's
Yes.
finish the story. So she had them while, you know, during the chemo thing, and she wouldn't look at them. Dave, we paid her $10 million.
Because she was
It's
not
funny
feeling
about
well.
that, isn't it?
Yeah. So,
So-
now I've added 2 cups of flour. And this is a
So
thick,
girls, we want to hear what made you sick.
yeah,
when you
write
were
to us,
pregnant.
please.
We'll read it
Let's
on the
bring
air.
up the great memories of pregnancy. And
Is this supposed to be
you're
sprayed?
spraying, and I'm going to add in some walnuts. Good job. Very good. This is so super easy, and I cannot believe how delicious it is.
I didn't even know whether you would try one.
Oh, I'll try it. I'll try it, sure. Okay, so this is a really, really thick batter. But that's because they're bars. It's not like a cake or anything.
Okay, we'll get rid of this.
Yep, so you're just going to put half of it in the 8-inch pan.
Pat it down.
Yep, we're going to pat it down. Half of it, we're going to put a layer of the raspberry preserves. And then we're going to put the rest over the top, and we're going to bake it.
And you bake them for 35 to 40 minutes at 350. It tells you how much of this, but right, it's just
It's a half a cup.
half
yeah.
a cup. You can tell me when we reach it, okay?
Well, you can't have too much, so.
Well,
It's,
we broke the raspberry curse on your life.
well, yes. Which
Did
is
anything
fine
else
with me.
make you sick?
Actually, that was pretty much it.
I don't want you to hate me, but I had 2 babies and never got nauseated, not once.
I could never hate you. I was only sick for like the first 3 months.
Oh,
but then
man.
after that, and it was worth it.
Some of these poor friends of mine, though, that I mean,
Oh,
for
they're
4
sick
months,
all
they've
the
thrown up
ti-
every day.
Oh, I know women who were sick the whole entire pregnancy.
And I say, I never one time. And they said,
Yeah,
we
to
hate
those people,
you.
you might not want to say that. Okay,
No.
so we've got that layered. And then I'm just going to dollop this over the top and spread it out. And then you can show them how
And you
beautiful
cut them
they are.
very, very small.
Yeah,
but
because they are rich.
we have tasted one, and there are no adequate
Yeah,
words
they're good.
at all for what they are. If you want something that's really kind of special, just
Super easy to make.
and yet very they're rich, so you wouldn't want to eat a great big. But it's really hard to describe how good they are, right?
Yeah. Well, butter, a cup of butter.
Good.
That tells you.
With a cup of tea? Oh boy.
Oh, yeah.
All right, if you want this recipe, we're going to let that information come up on your screen. And we don't have to tell you to enjoy it. You will. You will enjoy it.
Yes.
So just write to us if you want it. And I'm going to join Deanna, who is so glad to have her come back. And really excited about this new book. You should have it, so stay with us.
If you would like a copy of today's recipe, please send your request along with a gift of $5 or more to Homekeepers, P.O. Box 6922, Clearwater, Florida 33758.
All right, Deanna Shrodes has joined me. She's wife, mother, co-pastor with her husband at Celebration Church in Tampa. She's a very fine musician, a certified coach. I think we have talked about that before.
We have.
And you're still doing that?
I am.
And author, a new author. I was wondering, when you were a little girl, were you real organized? Were you one of those that probably had all your stuffed animals lined up? And I mean, did you learn this, or did it just come naturally?
I was rather organized, but I would say even more than that, I was dependable. That's always been very important to me in life, to be dependable. And that was a core value actually instilled in me by my grandma. So I'm dependable.
How did she do that?
Well, example, first of all, example.
Uh-huh.
And then just talking to me about it, teaching me about it. It's very important. She was the greatest mentor that I ever had.
Yeah. Did you live with her, or?
No, but she was right across the street and had a huge influence on my life.
Yeah. Boy, that's a message for grandparents, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a whole different kind of influence that you have. Now, I read your book, and I think it would be so beneficial to people. Now, this is an e-book, electronic, right?
Yes.
And I want you to explain that, because not everybody even has a computer.
Okay.
But most people are more and more getting a lot more savvy, but you could probably teach me a few things about it. But just tell the audience exactly what that is.
Well, the book is available right now exclusively on Kindle. And you don't have to have a Kindle to read it. However, you can read it if you have any computer, iPad, iPhone, basically any mobile device. You can download it on Kindle, or there's a free Kindle app that you can download, and then you can receive the book. So information about that is on the book website. You just click that link and it'll take you to a free Kindle app in case you don't have a Kindle. But basically any kind of mobile device that you have, you can get the book.
Yeah, let's put up the website. We'll just leave it there. The book is named Juggle, and that certainly speaks for itself. The whole idea of e-books, the Kindle is the device you can read it on.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes, but you can also, as I said,
On
if you
any.
don't have a Kindle, you can still get the book because you can read it on anything.
You know, I probably speak a lot for my generation, but I like books. I like to hold them. I like to turn the pages. I like them in my bookshelves. And my sister, Dawn, is an avid reader. And boy, she's bought a lot of books in her lifetime. But she likes her Kindle. I was really surprised.
I like both. And I love the way that Kindle and Nook and all of these things have opened up just a whole new way of getting our message out there. So that's really what it's about, is getting the message out there. So hopefully lots of folks will read it, even though right now it's just electronic.
Yeah. Now, this book deals with time management, and one of my favorite scriptures is, be careful how you walk. I love that, because Jesus walked everywhere.
Me too.
Not as the unwise, but the wise, making the most of your time. And this is what this book is about.
Yes, it is.
It's a precious gift, time.
Yes, it is. A precious gift. And you're right, that's exactly what the book is about, maximizing the time. The book title is Juggle, but the subtitle is Manage Your Time, Change Your Life.
Now, when did you discover that you had all this going on in your own life enough that you could put it down?
Well, a lot of people would ask me, a lot of people, it was just a constant question. How do you do everything that you do? Or how do you get it all done? I was getting that question multiple times a week, and it was just always coming at me. And then I got asked to teach a workshop for the first time several years ago on this topic. And I was just used to giving these answers like, oh, it's the grace of God, or I don't always get it all done, or I would just, just make up these answers that that were coming to my mind. But when I was asked to teach on it, I had to, first of all, realize, okay, people see something in me that, to me, this was just natural, this is the way I live. I really didn't see it as a gift. Then when people began to ask me to actually teach on it, I thought, okay, I've got to give some answer besides just getting up there and telling people, oh, it's all grace. I had to figure out what I was doing day by day, start tracking it, and figure out how to talk to folks about how I get things done. And so I started to write down exactly what I do and how I manage to accomplish things each week, and that was how.
Did you surprise yourself when you got it, when you wrote it down?
I did.
You were doing things by rote almost.
Well, yes, and it sounds rather basic, but once I put it together, and before I wrote the book, I was teaching it in seminars and workshops, and people were really responding to it, and things that I thought were just basic, just a given, they were looking at as revolutionary. They would say, oh my word, nobody's ever told me this before. Well, I'm going to go home and start doing this right away. And
that's true. When I read it, I saw several things in there that could really help my life. Now, you have so many things going. And yet, on Facebook, I read, I think this week, I know what you're doing all the time because it's on Facebook.
Okay.
And you said, I am fixing dinner for my family, and it said pure joy.
It is.
Now, a lot of people would look at your life, and I know how busy she is. I've been a pastor's wife, for one thing, and I didn't do coaching and all that. the fact that most women as busy as you would not find a whole lot of joy in fixing a dinner. You might have gone through the drive-through or something, or brought something. And I thought, man, that's a testimony to what you preach and teach.
I'm not saying that we never go through drive-throughs, because we do at times, but I find great joy in fixing a meal, and I love it. Absolutely love it.
You know, when you have joy in your life, doesn't that make everything work better?
It does, and you can find joy in doing even what people consider to be menial tasks, and that's part of the theme of Juggle. I try to share with people how to actually take joy even in the things that you consider small, insignificant, or menial in your life. You can do them with joy.
Because when you compare, like my mom had a wringer washer, they hung the clothes out, and all. She had 4 children, pastor's wife, not enough bedrooms, and that kind of thing. And then we think we're really, I mean, we've got every kind of convenience that's known to man.
That's right.
But I'd like for you to go over some of the basics of your book.
Okay.
Do you make lists? Do you write down, I'm going to do this till 1 o'clock, and then I got to do this at 2 o'clock, and how does it work?
Not exact times. That's part of the unique thing about my system. And I say my system, it was a system created not for the world, but created for me. And the reason I had to create a system for me years ago, particularly 25 years ago, when I got married, when we began in ministry, I had to create something that worked for me. It does not work for me to say at 2 o'clock I'm going to do this, and 3 o'clock I'm going to do this for each one of the tasks I do. Yes, I do have appointments. Yes, I do keep them. However, as you know from experience of being a pastor's wife, there are emergencies, there are crises, there are things that come up that you do not plan. So for me to have, at 2 o'clock I'm going to vacuum or whatever, it just doesn't work. So I had to create a system for myself whereby it was very flexible, and that on any given day, these were the things that I had to get done, but it was flexible within 24 hours of time when I get those things done. And I get so many things done a week, and within that week, it is flexible as to when I get those things done. But my goal is to get, yes, I do make lists. And as I detail in the book, the lists that I make are, first of all, my initiative list. And my initiatives are the things that I want to get done that week. I have things that I consider absolute and things that I consider optional. Things that are absolute are things we have to do to live. Things like we have to eat, we have to sleep, we have to pay the bills, things like that. Things that are optional would be cleaning out the closet. We don't clean out our closets every day. We don't clean out our garage every day. We don't weed the yard every day. But these are things that we want to get done. They're goals, but we balance out the absolutes and the optionals, and we list the amount of things we'd like to get done each day, and then stick to that.
Do you have a long-range plan? I mean, do you plan by the month or by the week, or?
I generally plan by the week, but I list things that I like to do long range, and my optionals. I may have 30 optionals on there that I would really like to get done. Now, I'm not going to get done 30 optional things in 1 week, ever. But I will maybe get done 5 of those this week, and then I'll look ahead to the next week to add a few more things in there that I'd like to do.
Do you use those Post-its?
No, I'm a computer person at this point, so I have everything on Microsoft Outlook.
You're not coming up to my office when we're through here.
So you have Post-its.
I have Post-its. I'd like to meet the person who invented those.
Yeah.
It's a really, really good idea.
I do use them, just not for time management. So.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe not for time management, but certainly reminders.
Yeah, they are good.
To stick them in the oven. When you realized that all this was going on and it could evolve to a book, and the information on your screen is a website, and it says www.jugglethebook.com. You go there and you can find out how to get this book. Now, I have read it, and I cannot really suggest it high enough or really recommend it. I really feel that this is something teenagers, oh my word, what a difference it would make if you started about at that level. And of course kids learn, but I also think in school, why isn't this taught?
Right.
It could change their life. I don't know if they even teach them to write a check, or they teach them sex,
right?
But they don't, and all kinds of sex, but they don't teach them how to write a book or make check or make a deposit or any of that. And time management could change a life.
Well, it changes a life to not only make it possible that you can feel more secure. You know, I try to explain in the book that many people walk around wondering, how is their review at work going to go? They're nervous about that. Well, you don't ever have to be nervous about that again. You can manage your time so well, even at work, that you're getting done what your boss has asked you to do. And you can manage your time so well that on your day off, you don't have to end up doing all the things you hate to do. I talked to a pastor not long ago and I said, what do you do on your day off? And he said, work in the yard all day long and do all the things that I don't get done during the week when I am working. And I thought, how sad that we should have to spend all of our time off working. And so if we manage it better during the week, we won't have to spend our only day off or our 2 days a week off doing what we hate to do. And so part of my goal in the book is to help people to have the tools that each day you can have a little bit of time, or sometimes even more, a lot of time, to do what you love to do, and then certainly your time off to do what you love to do.
I like what you said earlier, that it's the plan, but it's flexible.
Absolutely.
Because that's the way Jesus was.
Yes.
He was always being interrupted.
That's right.
But he knew where he was going, what he was doing, and all. What would you say if you could just say some basic, really basic principles? Because we have young people who latchkey kids. You know, they didn't have those kind of role models. I should think that your children are watching you. They'll pick up a lot of this, but. What about someone, their life really is at loose ends, and the principles you have can help them?
One of the most important principles that I share, in addition to once you've established your goals, I talk about being your own parent. And this is important for people who have turned 18 or gotten out of the watchful eye of their parents. When we grow up, sometimes we think, well, I don't have a mom or dad that I have to answer to, so I can just do as I please. And then we wonder why our lives are unraveling. And so self-leadership is really important. There's a leadership teacher, D. Hock, that says that you should spend 50% of your time leading yourself. And I have to be honest that years ago I took a look at my life and I realized I wasn't spending 50% of my time leading myself, and I needed to strengthen that area.
Who was leading it?
Well, I was spending a lot of time trying to lead other people. I was trying to lead people in the church, I was trying to lead my children, I was trying to lead all these other people, and some of the areas of my life were undisciplined. It just wasn't getting done. So I needed to discipline myself. And so often we think, well, I don't have to listen to a mom or dad anymore. When you're growing up and you say, Mom, can I go outside and play? She might say, well, is your homework done? Is your bed made? Is your room clean? And then we grow up and we just think, I don't have to do any of this stuff anymore. And if we can just remember to be our own parent, and when someone invites me, when I receive an invitation, I consider all these things. If they say, would you like to go to the movies tonight? Would you like to go out to eat? I'll think, okay, do I have these things done that I've set out to do today? That's not to say that I never take a spontaneous invitation, but I don't take them all the time. And then when I do what's called a recalculation, like sort of like when your GPS recalculates that's going another route. I will do a recalculation, which means that the things I did not get done on my initiative list today, there's no doubt that they're rolling over to the next day, and they must be added to that day and get done before I go to sleep. And that just brings peace.
What about a person with ADD? Would this help them, do you think?
You know, I haven't done any studies on that, and I'm not an expert on ADD, but I would think it would pretty much, I would think that it certainly can't hurt. Why don't they give it a try?
Yeah, because we've dealt with this on the show. If you just joined me, pardon me, I'm talking with Deanna Shrodes, author of a brand new book called Juggle, and it's, well, I don't know anyone that couldn't help, to be honest with you. I think a lot of homemakers are at loose ends. Their house is a mess. I remember Joyce Meyer one time talking about people who always want authority, you know, God, I need authority. And she said, you don't have authority over the dirty dishes in your sink. And that makes a person at loose ends.
Yes, it does.
And that's pretty basic, but she hit a nerve there.
She did. I share in the book that it doesn't matter what you do in life, whether you are a stay-at-home mother or whether you're even retired. I hear this a lot from people. They'll say, well, I'm retired. Everybody at every stage of your life has a job description. And are you fulfilling that job description when you wake up in the mornings? And are you going throughout your day with that in mind? And if you're not sure as to your job description, or if you might say, well, I don't have a boss, I'm retired, I stay at home, or seek the Lord for your job description.
Oh, that's good. What are the rewards? I've got a new home, and it's so easy to keep clean and all, but I have this, it's pretty rigid, what I do to keep it up. There's some real rewards in that.
Yes. I think the number one is peace, really, because there's no fun in chaos. A lot of people will say, Deanna, it is not fun to stick to a regimen of initiatives that you're getting done each day or each week. And I say, well, chaos is not any fun. A lack of peace, not knowing what's going to happen in our jobs is not fun. Not knowing what's going to happen if someone stops by the house is not fun. So I think peace is the number one.
Gives you more time off.
More time off, joy. You take joy in your time off, because during your time off, you're not worried about what you haven't accomplished. You're not thinking, oh my Lord, I have to go face this tomorrow. You're just at peace because it's done.
Don't you think that even ministers' wives need to learn to say no?
Oh, absolutely they do. Absolutely.
Have you had to do that?
Sure. Absolutely. Setting boundaries is another part of the book that we talk about. Is setting healthy boundaries is so important, because if we don't know who we are and what we're supposed to be doing, everyone else won't hesitate to tell us.
No doubt, no doubt.
That's really important.
We are just about out of time, but one real quick one, is there a difference in male and female on this?
I haven't done studies, and I'm not sure on that either, but I will say that, I just did a seminar a couple weekends ago and had pretty much equal amounts of men and women both in there, and the men seem to struggle with this too and need help with it. So
I think so.
I think it applies to everybody.
Yep. I hope you'll join me next time, friends, remembering there's no higher calling than that of a homekeeper. God bless you.
If you would like a video copy of today's Homekeepers program for just $19.95, call 1-800-229-0059 for credit card orders, or send a gift of at least $19.95 to Homekeepers, P.O. Box 6922, Clearwater, Florida 33758. Be sure to note the program number which appears on your screen.